First of all, this is not an easy topic to write about. It's personal, and you've dealt with it in a very good way. You're good with your language, so there is a very natural flow of words. Your vocabulary is evolved, so I can see that, and the kind of imagery that you're using, especially in the first two stanzas where you're talking about the parade that your mother takes you to, and the kind of metaphors that you're using about the song lying in the shape of tombstones between your tongue and your lips. Now that's a very beautiful visual as well as a very beautiful idea to convey what you are trying to say. And even the stanza where you talk about your skin is fashioned from the mud of this country, the eyes from the drops from its rivers.
Mom, I live in a country that will never love me, even though my skin is fashioned from its mud. My eyes are drops from its rivers.
Now again, that is a beautiful description. So I can see the descriptive nature of some of the stanzas in your poem, and they are very beautiful in the way they've been put together. There is also this constant repetition of the word tricolor with different words to convey a tricolor identity, a tricolor existence, the kind of restriction and restraint that the constraint that it is to somebody's point of view. That is by the usage of the word tricolor in all these different scenarios and phrases, you've tried to actually give it a lot more meaning than it has or it can have. So I really like the usage of the phrase.
I was born as a portrait of three colors, a slight orange, a little pale, and just a bit greenish. She says to me, you were born as a reflection of the tricolor. She says, you were born with this nation engraved onto your skin.
What I find where there are areas to improve in your poem is the fact that there can be a certain flow to the story that you want to say. So you start with how you joined the society that worships their nation, and that introduction of that patriotism, and then how you move to the realization that your country does not love you back for the reasons that you give. And I think that acquiring or evolving from that aspect to then realizing that you are not loved back, and why are you not loved back, that took a little longer than I would expect. I also like some of the lines, like instead I swallow the sticky kisses of men until it thickens my blood.
And so instead I taught myself to swallow the sticky kisses of men until they thickened my blood and painted this world into a tricolored existence where the men are the woman I loved.
Now again, that is a beautiful manner of conveying a very simple idea. So I get that your poem and your writing, your style is you must I think it shows that you've read, if you write regularly, and therefore that style has evolved. But I think overall the thought has to be in control when you're writing the poem. What do you want to convey? Eventually it has to be a single idea. So that is something that you need to be careful about, because when as writers we start writing, we want to say everything in one poem, and we want to use the best lines in the same poem, and we want to use the best metaphors in the same poem without so we have to exercise some control over the fact that there is a central idea to the poem that should not be lost at any point of time, and we must not be overcome by the emotions that we are writing with, and of all the things that we want to say. Editing a very important part and process of writing poetry, so that you can go back to words and sentences that seem longer than they can be. And I feel that in your poem there are lots of sentences that are longer, which can be turned into phrases instead of full-fledged sentences, so as to shorten the length of the poem and also make it a little more rhythmic than it is. I love your reading style, And yeah, I think because you've sat down and shot this poem, maybe if you I can't see a lot of the hand gestures or body gestures, but simply through your voice and through your reading and through the way, through your voice modulation, I can still get and you're still able to convey a lot of emotions that you've written the poem with. So that is I mean, that's a great point about your poem and your performance style. That's all.